In a vibrant town nestled along the Niger River, Adaora, an ambitious 18-year-old girl, lived with her grandmother, Mama Eni, in a modest but cozy mud brick house. Adaora was known for her beauty and intelligence, often topping her class in school and winning admiration from the community. Mama Eni had raised Adaora since she was a baby. She was a woman of wisdom who spoke often in proverbs, teaching Adaora about life, respect, and family bonds. However, Adaora had grown distant as she pursued her dream of becoming a celebrated fashion designer in Lagos. On Adora's 18th birthday, the townsfolk gathered for a celebration. As the drums echoed in the evening air, Mama Eni presented Adaora with a curious gift, an ancient bronze clock etched with intricate tribal designs. "This is no ordinary clock," Mama Eni said with a mysterious smile. "It carries the power to show you the truth about time and life. Handle it with care." Adaora barely listened. She was eager to show off her new designer shoes and earrings from her friends. "Thank you, Mama," she said absent-mindedly, placing the clock on the mantelpiece without another glance. That night, as Adaora prepared for bed, she glanced at the clock. The hands had begun to spin wildly. Before she could react, a strange gust of wind swept through her room, and she was engulfed in darkness. When Adaora opened her eyes, she found herself standing in a desolate version of her town. The once busy streets were silent, the houses crumbling. She glanced at her hands and gasped, they were wrinkled and frail. Her reflection in a broken mirror revealed that she had aged into an old woman. "What is this?" Adaora whispered, her voice quivering. A shadowy figure emerged from the mist. It was the spirit of Mama Eni. "You have ignored the lessons of time, Adaora. Now, you must walk this path to understand its value." Adaora begged for answers, but Mama Eni only pointed toward the river. "Your journey begins there." As Adaora shuffled toward the riverbank, memories began flooding back, times when she had ignored her grandmother's advice, skipped family meals to attend fashion shows, and forgotten the sacrifices Mama Eni had made for her. By the time she reached the river, she was sobbing. The waters shimmered unnaturally, reflecting scenes from her life. In one vision, she saw Mama Eni cooking her favorite yam porridge while Adaora scrolled through her phone, barely acknowledging her grandmother's effort. "Why didn't I value those moments?" Adaora cried. The spirit of Mama Eni appeared again. "Because you were too focused on chasing the future to cherish the present," she said gently. Adaora pleaded for another chance. "I'll change, Mama. Please, tell me what to do." Mama Eni handed Adaora a woven basket and said, "Cross the river and collect the golden sands on the other side. But be warned, the basket will leak if your heart is not sincere." Adaora stepped into the river, the current pulling at her frail body. She reached the far shore and scooped the golden sands into the basket. But as she turned back, the sands trickled out. Desperate, she tried again and again, but the basket emptied each time. "Why won't it work?" Adaora wailed. A voice echoed in her mind. "True change comes from within." Adaora closed her eyes, letting go of her pride and regret. She thought of Mama Eni's sacrifices, the lessons she had ignored, and the love she had taken for granted. When she opened her eyes, the basket no longer leaked. She crossed the river, clutching the golden sands tightly. Back on the other side, Adaora found herself in her room, her youthful face staring back at her from the mirror. The bronze clock on the mantelpiece glowed softly, its hands ticking normally. Adaora ran to the living room, where Mama Eni was sitting, knitting a scarf. Overcome with emotion, she knelt and hugged her grandmother. "Mama, I'm so sorry. I've been selfish, and I've taken you for granted." Mama Eni smiled, her eyes glistening. "The lesson has been learned, my child. Time is a gift, and love is its greatest treasure. Never forget that." From that day forward, Adaora made a conscious effort to spend time with her grandmother. She helped with the chores, cooked meals, and listened to Mama Eni's stories. Her dreams of becoming a fashion designer didn't fade, but she learned to balance ambition with family. On her 19th birthday, Adaora hosted a simple celebration at home, surrounded by loved ones. The bronze clock remained on the mantelpiece, a constant reminder of her journey and the value of cherishing time with the people who matter most. And so, Adaora's story became a tale passed down in the town, a lesson in gratitude, love, and the power of time.